Good morning, everybody. You know who it is. It's DearMamaSal, and it is raining here in southern British Columbia with a very nice temperature of 9 degrees. It got up to 15 degrees Canadian. I have no idea what that is in American, but I will work that out. Okay, so 9 degrees is 48 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be if I cross the border into northern Washington. So it's getting up there. We're beginning to look a lot healthier in terms of spring. I suppose I'll be forced to get out more and more of my spring clothes. Not that I have that many. It sounds good there, doesn't it? Yeah. I notice people at work are starting to come in with open-toed shoes and sandals and stuff, and I'm going, are you insane? Like, hello, have you seen what the weather's doing? But anyway, as long as they're happy, what do I care, right? So I'm not even sure that the heat is off yet in the offices, but they're wearing sandals. So I think that's quite cute. I will put up what the lipstick is. It's a Canadian manufacturer called Liz Wattier, which you guys probably don't know as yet. Actually, I should send some down to Judy for her to try if she hasn't already. I don't know if she has. I'll have to check with her. I'll take some down with me next time I go. But it's meant to be a really good lipstick. It's a middle of the price range. A lot of people are really raving about it. I got it because I heard, or I was told, that it would last longer, and I haven't had that experience with it. So we will just continue to use it. Now, I did ask a question. I did ask a question on one of my previous vlogs, like, what do I do with all this makeup? All right, because if I keep buying some every month, I'm not used to doing that. And I'm going to have way more than I can use, which seems like a waste to me, which, you know, is fine. If everybody's enjoying the videos, then it's well worth it. It's the price of enjoyment, I guess. So I will continue to do it anyway, but it's just like I feel terrible because I'm going, gosh, you know, what do I do with this extra lipstick and stuff? And maybe the answer is, and I can almost hear you saying to me, Sal, throw away some of the old stuff. Yeah, there's a concept. Now, I had a really good evening. I've changed how I eat, and I think that's having an effect at some level. What I'm doing is I'm taking little 1-cup containers to work, and I've got like 1 cup of grapes, 1 cup of, maybe half a cup of cheese, a cup of pineapple and strawberries, and a cup of potato salad that I made. So I'm just doing, you know, and a cup of yogurt, a container of yogurt, a small one. So I'm trying to do those little meals during the day rather than, in other words, snack during the day but on good stuff. Now, you're saying potato salad isn't very good, but that's my little bit of indulgence there. And then what I'm doing at night is having protein, like a piece of meat, and a salad. And then, if I need a snack, I have 4 Winter crackers. And I know this is going to sound absolutely insane, but then just before I go to bed, I have a small bowl of oatmeal to make sure I've got that additional fiber in my body at night. Well, number one, I seem to be, something's changed because I seem to be sleeping better, and I'm waking up awake. I mean, I woke up before the alarm this morning, and normally, you know, I fight that alarm in sleep mode. I mean, with snooze mode. How many of you understand that one? You know, I fight my alarm in snooze mode. I keep hitting it. And let me have another 5. Let me have another 5. Please, please, please. And I have like 4 different alarms set in my phone to wake me up in the mornings. You know, in sort of 15-minute increments with the snoozes in between, because they make different noises. Well, this morning I was awake at 5:30, and I was awake and not fighting it. I was just awake. It was like, okay, I'm awake. And so I went and checked to see what was on my email and everything. And then I made myself a nice cup of coffee at 6. And I sat and I did some more of the email stuff. And then I went and I had made my lunch basically the night before. So I just got it all together. You know, just generally I was very cool. You know what I mean? It was like very relaxed, very easy. And so I'm actually going to work earlier than I normally go, and Bean Bean's having a bit of a problem today. He really didn't come down the stairs too well. But I took him out so he could have a pee, the poor thing. And I may need to either keep him upstairs or downstairs very soon, because his back legs just aren't doing well enough. My concern is, though, do I make this call now while I can still get him into the car with his own help, or do I... It's a difficult decision. You all know that. You all know about it. So I won't go into it. I think I may need to make the call sooner rather than later. And obviously I'm stalling it and trying not to make it, but I don't like what I'm watching at the moment. He's not bad in his own psyche, you know what I mean? He's still coming and wants to be loved, and he still wants to play with his toys, but it's slowing down a lot. And I can see he's not really that comfortable. So I may have to make this call pretty soon. I don't want him, you know, falling down the stairs while I'm at work, or doing something that's going to harm him. Now, I can contain him upstairs. I'd need to get a child gate for the top of the stairs, but I can contain him upstairs. And I think what I'll do is buy some sort of, what do they call it, AstroTurf type stuff for the deck, so that at least he feels that he's doing his business on grass. Poor thing. I'm just feeling the heat kicking in my car. It must be cooler in my car than I had imagined, because the heat's really kicking in for some reason. Ooh. And it's not set up that high either. I think I'll put that down that way. I'm glad that a lot of you enjoyed the story about Vinny. Vinny lives, yes. I wish you could have seen my face as I sort of was eyeball to eyeball with him, and I'm going, what? You know, just like, whoa, Vinny? And then the terrible feelings I had, because I thought, I haven't fed you for a month. My God, how cruel can I be? But I didn't see him this morning. Maybe he's... I thought it was nice. Andrea from Berlin suggested maybe he'd hibernated. I've never heard of fish hibernating, but maybe that's what he did. And I thought maybe he had the flu or something. I don't know. Maybe he was sick for a month. In deep meditation. Maybe he was having a Zen moment. I don't know. The main thing is he survived it. Now, I know some of you are wondering, did I dream this? No, I didn't. Of course, I don't have a witness to it either. So we'll see. I really wanted to talk a bit. I was watching, let me explain what triggered this for me. I was watching the promos for something that Anderson Cooper of CNN is doing with one of the Boston marathoners that got, or I think she was a spectator, that had to have a leg amputated after the Boston bombings, after the Boston Marathon last year. And she had said when Anderson first interviewed her in hospital that she was a professional dancer, and she was going to fight her way back and start dancing again. And Anderson, in all his brilliance, said, well, the first dance lesson that you do with your prosthetic legs, I'll be there with you. And she called him on it. I love it. She fought her way all the way back within a year. Fought her way all the way back to not only, being able to walk with her leg, but also to have enough balance to be able to ballroom dance on it. And when she had all that coordination going, he apparently called Anderson and said, okay, fine, we're going to dance lessons. Now, I didn't know it, and it surprises me, but apparently Anderson Cooper isn't the last of the dance people. And I would have thought he would have been a ballroom dancer with his background. But apparently not so much. And it's going to be really cute. I'm looking forward to watching the documentary. Because the little I've seen, poor Anderson really got put to the test here. And I adore that guy in so many ways. I think he's such a talent. And he's so funny. And he was saying this morning when they were interviewing the two of them together that, when he was with her in hospital initially and she said that, he said, I automatically said, I'll be there with you when you do it. He said, never dreaming that she actually would. It was like, but once she did, I had to keep my commitment, and I really respected him for that. Really respected him for that. So, it was just frighteningly funny. Why did I say frighteningly funny? I don't know. I think there's part of me that goes, I wonder if I'd have the courage to do what she did. I wonder if I'd have the courage to lose a leg, or at least the, most of the leg below the knee, and to fight my way back. I'd like to think that I would, and not dwell in the dark stuff. But I also know the incredibly difficult journey she must have taken, and that's why I want to watch the documentary. And she was saying, she had really dark days and she had really bright ones, but she really is stunning to look at. Her smile is enough to devastate you, and I that's part of what I wanted to talk about. It's so easy to support somebody who has a happy demeanor and happy sort of thing. I was what Madam Robot was. Sorry, I just got distracted by something happening here. Madam Robot suggested that I watch a pretty well-known YouTuber recently, and he was suffering quite severely from concerns about his program. In other words, his whole branding thing that he was doing, because he thought he was doing all the right things, but he wasn't getting ahead of the game. And I think that the reason Madam Robot suggested that I watch it is because I had made a comment on one of the live broadcasts that it was interesting that we obviously are doing things that is pleasing a lot of people, but the subscriber base is not growing the way I would like, and that's just my stuff. Yeah, it's ego stuff, isn't it? And so I think Madam Robot wanted me to see it because to show that this is something to do with Google. It's not just me. And I thank you for that, Madam Robot, if you happen to be watching this. However, I watched this guy, and the reason I want to talk about it is because he was really quite depressed about it all. And although I watched, I found it very difficult to watch him because he just was fed up. And I realized then that, 20 minutes or 30 minutes of somebody who's fed up is way too much. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, we got it that you're fed up, but now get on with life. And although I understand, here's a man that, by the sound of it, had already left his day job and was trying to do YouTubing full time. Now that's a risk, I'm sure. And I gather that it wasn't growing at the speed that he wanted or that supported him and his family well enough, although it had looked like it would. That's the basis of it, I think. And I don't know what Google has done to make that different. And I'm certain some of you probably know more about it than I do. My sense of it is an awful lot of people jumped on board, is how I'd like to say it. And therefore the market is very different. And 5 years from now it'll be very different again. Very different indeed. So I think when I watched him, it really made me realize that our disposition really does affect the way people listen to us. In other words, I was watching this woman, whose name I can't remember, with Anderson Cooper, and her smile and her attitude on life made you want to support her. Do you know what I mean? You could tell that she had good days and bad days, but boy, overall, she tried to get on with her life. She did whatever she had to do, and every day she got up and tried again. And some days, a bit like Bina, some days, her legs worked, and some days they didn't. And some days I gather, and I'll let you know more when I've seen the documentary, she was in severe pain, and some days she wasn't. And she lives every day like that, understanding that there are good days and bad days, and we all have them. And one of the things that I really value about doing Dear Mama Sal is it really encourages me to start my day well. Because if I drove to work being miserable, I don't think that many of you would stick around somehow. But it's not that I put it on. Wait a minute, how do I describe this? You know, I really look forward to getting in the car and chatting with you all. And it's weird, I can't describe it to anybody else. It's literally how it feels to me. It's like my morning, if you were all sitting in front of me, as you know, I wouldn't be feeling a whole lot different. And I think it's because I can see you all, well, not all, but, you know, because I can see you and I can watch your reactions in my mind because I see so many of you with the broadcasts and things. I know what your reactions are going to be. I can sort of see your body language. I can see, for example, when I say certain things, if she happens to have watched this one, you know, I can see, whatever one, I can see Roseanne's eyes rolling. You know, or if I accidentally do a bad thing, I can see Roseanne being very amused. You know, so I can see different reactions from people, and that makes it interesting to me. Because as you can probably see, it amuses me to imagine you guys reacting to stuff. It's like the Vinny stuff. I knew I knew a lot of you would really enjoy that. And I knew a lot of you would totally understand that I can be that much of an idiot. What a wicked person. I'll get over it. And the other thing is, I constantly thank Nana for giving me the motivation I needed so that I could really do a number in my back room. I went and had a look at it today, Nana, before I left for work, and I'm amazed at how far I got this weekend. Yes, there's still boxes in there, and there's still stuff there that shouldn't be there, but I want to tell you something. I think I'm down to the last third. And that is amazing. When I didn't take a before picture because I was embarrassed. And I wonder if any of you relate to that. I really was embarrassed. And even now I'm almost embarrassed, but I think I might just do it. And the reason I might just take a sweep around that room is so that I can motivate myself to finish it. You know, not just tidy it up and pretend that it's fine. I think I want to take that sweep to make myself accountable. Because I found when I make myself accountable, it works a lot better. But the really fascinating thing about it is I literally spend 1 hour a weekend. And I'm just working out that I've got how many weekends left. We're now sort of got 3 weeks at least, maybe 3 weeks or 3 weeks probably left in April, and then I've got the whole of May. So I've got about 7 hours left, and if I can't get that tidied up, cleaned up, and looking like it's a room in 7 hours, then I'll be surprised. And you're wondering, 7 hours, why did I work out that? It's because my brother is coming to visit. That is why. So, and I'm going to be going on a little road trip with him in June. And I pray it doesn't rain the whole time. We're going to take the trailer and I'm going to go down the Gulf Islands. And I will give you an idea about that while I'm doing it. And then, of course, he's not going to understand that I'm a vlogger now, but he'll get over it. If he wants a taxi service, he'll get over it. And if you guys have any questions for him, let me know. I will ask them. The thing is that we actually haven't seen each other. Huh. That's interesting. My radio stopped. When I say it stopped, it's not turned on. Really weird. Okay. So, look at that, because I'm early, I've got all sorts of parking space. That'll really upset my friend when she comes. There's a lot to be said for coming to work early. I have no idea what the time is, of course, because it's not working. Oh, I guess I could look at my thing. Alright, so here's the thought for the day, as I just check this out. My thought for the day is, check your attitude. Near enough. Check your attitude. If you've got a miserable attitude, you'll find that people will treat you miserably. And if you've got a smiley attitude, you'll find people smile with you and help you a lot more. And I know that some of you are really hurting, and emotionally and physically. And I just wanted to remind you, it's not that I ask you to do the impossible here. It's just that I wanted to remind you that smile and the world smiles with you. You know, it's a very good adage, and it's very true. So hang in there, have as good a day as you want to have, and we'll speak to you tonight. Bye-bye for now.